Why is there a crazy ninja on our screen?
I have no idea. Some random crazy ninjas on our screen.
Where did that even come from?
I think when I put that out, I don't know. You can't see me on the chat, I guess, or you can.
How did you get it? Why is it so messed up?
I don't know. It doesn't like me today. Hey guys.
There we go. There we go. I'd leave it right there.
We have no idea what we're doing. The computer's acting crazy. It's gonna be like a self-destruct mode. I guess
that's better though. That works. So.
I'm trying. I know. I'm trying to get it on.
Noisemaker again.
My phone always
How
goes
are
real
y'all? Big Dave, LG Homestead, Jesse, Miss Kim.
Welcome. It's been a long afternoon trying to get everybody. Yeah. Actually, I walked in at 7 from outside. I was like, man, Missy's got the kids bathed, food's ready. We're gonna be on time tonight.
We were pretty much on time.
Now, a few minutes.
Well, this clock actually says a little bit like our other clocks are not that far ahead.
Because this is the real time. We set those back to make ourselves feel better, I guess.
I guess so. It is lined up with your phone.
True.
But hey, Shirley, how are you? I was trying to make some baby food because
hey, Otter.
Levy has
Kim.
half of a container left, and she can eat a whole jar plus some for a meal. So I was trying to make some baby food because if she gets hungry while we're doing school tomorrow, then trying to cook those apples out before you get
that girl can eat. She can eat.
And then having to wait on her. I mean, her having to wait on me would have not been good. So I had to get that baby food made.
She hadn't learned to actually eat. She licks the spoon. But
you know, she's old enough. She should know.
I think it's hilarious.
She wants to lap it up like a dog.
Like a dog. She's like
right when you first, right when they first start learning how to eat. That's what they eat like.
Yeah, she's still like that.
I've been feeding her baby food for like a month now, and she's still won't open her mouth all the way.
Tina says, hi from South Louisiana. I made my first garlic powder thanks to y'all. It's from garlic grew, dehydrated, then ground.
Awesome. That is awesome. So cool. Garlic, I will say, is a lot easier to handle than the onions.
We're buying some big goggles next time. I'm going to do a big short with Misty with these big goggles.
Yeah, my eyes are pouring, y'all. It's like torture in my eyes.
Hey, get started on Homestead.
I was like, how do people do this? And I really wasn't crying, but I had tears just flowing down.
I thought it was actually kind of funny. And then the whole house smelled like we were making hamburger steaks for 4 days.
And Colby was like, I smell like McDonald's.
You know what? I didn't say that. One of my guys did that works with me.
So you smell hey, what hat do you have on?
I had the one. I got a free hat. Yeah, I got a free hat. I walked into a feed store the other day with another feed store's their competition's hat on.
And they said, hey, you need this hat?
Yeah, so they were like, hey, by the way, grab a hat. So I got a free hat. So what I'm gonna do from now on is just go in each store with the competitor's hat on and see if I can get a free hat because I like to sweat them.
That's funny.
Yogi Hollow Farm, what's going on? How are y'all? Hey, Miss Rosanna. Hey, Donna. We have a lot of people from Georgia today starting on the live tonight.
Very good to have y'all. So we are about to probably have more piglets than we know what to do with. So I did not think that one of our American guinea hog sets was even old enough. When we got them 3 months ago,
hey, Alfonso,
I guess it would have been about 3 months ago, huh?
Yes, 3 months ago? It's probably a little bit more.
We were told they were about 6 months old. So I was expecting them to just now be breeding age. Well, apparently they're a lot older.
I think he undershot their age.
Yeah.
Because they're all about to have babies.
Apparently they are way older than
Angel
was thought because I went out there and checked them today and I was like,
you saw them?
Oh, yeah. Because when Colby told me that, I was like,
she didn't believe me. She's like,
I'm
not going to go check them.
Wait, I was like, are you sure they're not just in heat?
No.
I'm like, are you sure?
They are having piglets.
Yeah. because they are just now supposed to be the age that they were breeding, and we were expecting piglets maybe by the end of this year.
We have
Yeah.
4 pregnant mamas, and 2
they
of them
usually
are like I mean, if they had them tonight,
they're
it wouldn't surprise
really,
me.
really full and really, really loose from the back. So
Yep. And then we have 2 more that's very close too. So out of those 4, we have 2 that's very, very close.
yeah.
And then 2 is probably.
So if you
2
say those 4, say they only have 5 each, that's 20 babies we're gonna have on farm.
And piglets, man, piglets. So I've got to find a way. Typically, we only have one mama having the piglets at a time. Well, these are all American guinea hogs, and they're all bred with American guinea hogs, so they're going to be black piglets. So I've gotta get ear tags to make sure I can kind of keep differentiated, because if all of a sudden one gets out,
them, we have seen somebody spray them.
Use the marking paint.
I wonder how long that lasts. I wonder if it will last like weeks.
I don't think so, but I just keep on coating them down.
We have seen people mark them with like a. I mean,
it's like a marking.
It looks
paint.
like a spray paint,
Yeah,
but it's probably not spray paint. It's
the same thing if you're marking your cows. It's like a half.
Well, that's a load of bacon. Yes. Well, we won't be keeping all of them, but we will be. We'll pick.
Well, if this world keeps going like this, we might be pig farmers. We'll have pigs everywhere. They'll be around every tree in the world. Carly asked,
"Do y'all change your name to Max Pig Farm and Butchery?"
We might have to do that. We actually talked about doing a cool room because we have the smokehouse now. If we keep all these, buddy, we're going to have to build a monster.
That's definitely one of the things on our agenda. I really wanted to do it before the summer, was learn more about aquaponics. That I really want on our list, and then I really want to
cool room.
Yeah, we really want a cool room.
Craig said you should see those turkeys that we hatched from y'all's eggs. They are very vocal. Awesome. Yeah. Ours are too. We have, of course, our main gobbler set, but then we have 2 or 3 gobblers that have just kind of become like the yard pets because they can't stand any nets. And they don't really do anything. They don't bother anything. So they just kind of hang out
and eat bugs.
That's right.
I've never seen them on my porch. I've never seen them in any of the beds.
Unlike chickens. Big Dave, but
so I just let them run around, which is very atypical of me. I usually
but they're not bad. I mean, they're just chill.
Aiden, she's probably not going to go to sleep right now, baby. She didn't get up till 6.
Yeah, you might have to take her.
She's probably not gonna.
You may have to rock her in there, but
well, everybody's.
We have like baby mama drama because we have like so many.
We have kids on
everywhere.
Yeah, well, we have the older ones are helping.
Hey, Morningwood Farms, what's going on
here? So,
Carlene asked, "Do y'all eat fried green tomatoes?" I canned them for the first time. Put some up pickle crisp in with them,
so they're not
so much. We now Aiden and Misty like fried green tomatoes. Sorry,
I like to use
mandolin
and slice them very thin, and put a little bit of flour, unbleached King Arthur's flour, with a little bit of seasoning in there. And me and Aiden really likes them.
I thought you put cornmeal with them too.
Well, there is a recipe I have done that's put them in the oven, not frying them, but I have mixed them up in a batter with flour, cornmeal, seasoning, and put them in the oven.
I'm not big on them. I don't like fried green tomatoes. I like them red.
So, yeah.
Try to catch a question. I can't remember. Do y'all do your own butchering? We do butcher all our pigs. What we did with these other 2 is we got them. We took them to the slaughterhouse to basically slaughter and to scald. I don't know what we're going to do with these because really, when we think about scalding, that's just something we've always done and always heard to do because that's just what you do with pigs, quote unquote.
But we don't like.
We don't use the skin for anything. We don't leave them on our bacons. We do leave them on our hams because we're just cooking them, But we don't really do anything else with our skin. So we may just go ahead and just gut out like a deer. I know it sounds crazy, but that's probably what we're going to do. But yes, we break them down ourselves.
Hey, Miss Belinda.
By us breaking them down ourselves and us doing the meat like we want it, tell them so much better.
Yes.
The pork chops, the bacons, the hams, the Boston butts, all that. To be honest with you, I am no butcher. but my butchering was actually a lot better than some of the ones you got from the butchery.
The bacon didn't cook right. It didn't.
Not our bacon. She's talking about
the one that we took and picked up. The bacon doesn't cook right. I mean, it tastes okay, but it's like it goes from raw to black.
It makes
to burn.
It makes you feel like it's commercial. You're commercializing your hog.
Yeah, we didn't love it.
Yeah.
So the set that Colby did is absolutely perfect. Now, one batch he did was a little salty.
Yeah, we did
but then the other one was perfect, like the best bacon I have ever had. Hands down, it was the best. Hey, what did you name this chat, by the way? What are we supposed to be talking about?
Nothing. I just said I just put like live or something like that. Because we never stay on topic.
We don't ever stay on topic.
I mean, like now we're talking about pigs.
Yeah. Well, I brought that up because I was going to tell you that I had stopped out there.
I'm glad you did. She didn't trust me. I was look, I called her yesterday. I said, Misty, you may want to get over here because I think we're going to have piglets.
I couldn't stop at the time and go.
And she was
I did today.
She probably rolled her eyes like this, like she probably did. And she said, you just have to check on them. That's what. Now that means I don't believe you. I'm not supposed to come across.
No, I didn't. I said, "Are you sure? Are you sure they're not just in heat?" Because
are you sure?
Because we were told that they were about 6 months old. So, like I said, I was not, and they're so little, I guess, compared.
Yeah, they're not going to be a big.
Compare them to George. Them to George.
I don't think they're going to have.
He's like a whopper.
I think they're going to be like 4 or 5. Piglets. I don't see them having like 15.
A lot.
Yeah, because they're smaller pigs.
And they are. So I was telling Colby, I was like, "Are you sure that they're not just in heat? And what you're seeing is maybe them just being in heat." And I was like, "I can't come right now, though. I just look and just kind of you'll have to keep an eye on them." But I did stop this morning, and I thought, yeah, they're probably older than what we were expecting. So. We might end up with a bunch of babies.
I've watched Hamhew Farm. I think that's awesome. I would love to learn their charcuterie a little bit more and their preservation of their pork a little bit better, like their sausage making, things like that. That's one thing. I like the summer sausages, and it's just really cool. I ate a piece of their basically ham, I guess, their leg. They had at Homesteaders about 2 years ago. So they are talented men. I need to learn more skills like that.
So Debbie says, my husband got me hens for Christmas. They just turned a year. One has turned broody. Now I'm taking Flo out of the box every hour on the hour. How can I break this bad habit? Make sure, I know it's hard to keep eggs out of the coop, but I have found, and some of the fellow people on here, please chime in and help her. I have found that by snatching all the eggs out from under them, keeping all of the eggs out helps because they want to sit on eggs. So if you keep the eggs out, that does help. Now, I know that is like kind of impossible to
you can also take her out and put her in a smaller coop that's not built like theirs. Don't put as much shavings in there.
Like if you have another place that you can take her and put her.
Just temporary.
She will probably get so ill. Right. That's what happened to one of mine one time. I was actually trying to get her to sit, and I moved her into another spot, and she got so flustered with me.
Country girl.
She wouldn't even sit on the eggs that I put in there. But then this next time I tried it, I put fake eggs in there until they settled down and got more comfortable in their area. And then they did sit and they hatched out a lot of ducks and some turkeys. But I had a lot of ducks in there too.
We got ducks running out our ears, people.
Well, we don't anymore because they killed them all.
Well, we still have tons of ducks. Not the ducklings, but we still have tons of ducks.
Yeah, we do have a lot of ducks. When I did the chicken chores the other day, I did go in and get a bunch of hay. Some old hay, just several different things, and set their box back up and put it back under their little movable thing. And I'm hoping that I saw that they have been in there. I'm hoping that they will go in there and start nesting again and start laying eggs because our ducks can just completely stop. They went through a phase where they were laying so good. I couldn't even keep up with the eggs. And then they all just went.
Well, we didn't move them, too, because we had to move them. We're supposed to move them again, actually, to be honest with you.
Well,
But
I'm hoping that by giving them somewhere to lay, because I haven't been out making sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed outside. Their box had been knocked over. They have had nowhere to lay. It's either I lay on the ground or I don't lay. So I gave them kind of like a brood play, like not really brood, but like a nesting area to go back to. And I did when I went out yesterday.
Awesome, Brenda.
Peeked it, pulled it back and peeked in it, and they had been in there. Yeah. So
we really, I mean, we're to a point where we pretty much eat the duck eggs now. We were incubating them, but
duck eggs are the best thing to bake with.
We're to the point where it's just too hard to try to incubate.
You're yawning now. I saw you yawn a while ago, and I was like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have my coffee.
They're contagious. We yawn. Who all else is going to yawn with us? Because that's just the way it works.
Misty, have you ever made gardenia jelly? Very good. My sister said, I keep eating stuff out of the yard is going to kill me. I don't believe that. I actually believe it probably makes us healthier.
Yep, I do too.
We were just drinking elderberry syrup, and it's one of those things that we have elderberry just sitting out in the yard. And
y'all, my berry head is like this big. It's huge.
Like hanging down.
It is.
But I almost ran into it today. I just almost missed it.
But it sits behind my chicken coop, so it's getting like the best of the best of the best of the best nutrients. And it will be for sure organic, as organic is going to get.
Canned pork, bone broth, and cowboy candy this past weekend. Can't wait to try the peppers. That's pretty cool. We've never tried pork bone broth of any sort. We've done chicken and we've done beef, but we've never tried pork. I just never thought about that. Most of our pork is smoked, so it'd probably be pretty good.
Yep.
Hey, Latoya said she's staying strong. She's not ill.
I see a lot of people are commenting though about it.
Hey,
it's one of those things sometimes that people can just say it, and I'm like, if you say the word, it's going to make me do it.
We don't get much sleep anyway, so anytime somebody talks about sleep or yawning, it pretty much hits us. So.
Last night was a night with Levy too.
I can't. There's some
the
nights.
The night before, I didn't have to get you up. The last night, I had to get you up.
Some nights are just fogs. It's just like I don't even remember what happens. It's just one big blur. Sometimes I'll ask Misty.
I have lots of melons growing.
I'll ask Misty sometimes. I'll say, "Was that last night or the night before, or the night before?" I can't even remember. We just lose it. So. Hey, we have some melons growing. I'm trying to get Misty to not get too impatient with them, but they are growing, looking good.
I went out. The biggest one we had, y'all, that sucker was huge. And I was like, it's ready. And I looked at the bottom. I've never picked melons. I've never been a huge, like, watermelon person anyway. And I flipped the thing upside down, and it was, like, white on the bottom. And I was like, it's ready. Well, I brought it in. Kobe was like, you picked that too early. I was like, look at the bottom. It's ready. He was like, no, it's not supposed to be white. So anyway, long story short, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. I cut that sucker open and it was not ready. I was so upset.
She didn't trust me.
I was so upset.
Pigs, melons. What's next? I can tell turn that down.
Hayden in there watching violin stuff. Hey, Terry. Miss Kim says your eyes are getting very sleepy. Your eyes are growing heavy. Look, last night I woke you up at 2:30. I had gotten up and down, up and down, up and down, and then at 2:30, Livy would not lay back down, and I was like, "It's your turn."
She's like ready to party too. She don't even want to go back to sleep.
She was ready like to be up, and I had already I'll get up and down with her as long as she'll go back to sleep. But like getting up and down with her, and then she wants to stay up, I just can't do it. Because I know I'm going to be up again several more times before morning even comes. So when she was up at 2:30, like wanting to sit up in the bed, I was like, just can't do it. 6-year-old grandson has picked enough blackberries that you have enough for 3 batches of jelly and jugs of syrup. That is awesome. That's one thing. We just don't have we don't have grown we have a lot in the woods, but then trying to get to them is like a totally different thing. But our raspberry bush is really showing out this year. It's not even to its full first year, and I have, show the camera, Ellie. Yeah, show them. Show them what she look like. She's eating an orange. So I have blessed 3 other people with raspberry bushes from ones that because they like spread through the ground through the root system and go everywhere. So I have dug up multiple raspberries and sent off with our friends, and the thing is still putting off. But for it to not even be a year old, probably once a week we can go out there and get like 3 or 4 berries at a time. And they're only like, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet tall, and then they have one little sprout under the leaves that has come out that's probably only a few inches long, and it just keeps making raspberries.
We're gonna keep on utilizing it.
Yes, absolutely. So even with the ones that I have sent to friends, I have taken other plants and taken them into 2 different pots and potted those, and they are growing off like crazy. So I'm making plants from plants. We actually bought 3. 2 didn't make it, and one has come back and like, I don't know what we would have done if we would have had 3 doing what this one is doing. So, but very glad it's a huge blessing.
Hey, what's so crazy too is I saw someone talk about pumpkins. Our pumpkins are looking great right now. Have you seen all the blooms on them today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I worked outside this morning. I had to go to work today, but and we'll talk about it in the video coming up. But we just had to go somewhere real quick this morning, so I got out early. And on that side of the farm, I'm usually not on that side of the farm at 6:15 in the morning. So when you go over there and see all the blooms, like when the sun is not out, and you can just see those yellow blooms everywhere. There's a lot of blooms on those pumpkins. I'm excited about those this year. I really am.
I think they'll be good.
They're gonna look good.
So shampoo recipe. I actually don't make my own shampoo. I tried several different.
We did, but it was because it made everything oily.
Yeah, I tried several different recipes and none that I just loved. I have very, very thin,
Fowler family
very, very thin hair. Like Harley can make a little half ponytail, and my hair is even thinner than that. I have really thin hair. Colby has really thick, not really coarse, but not as fine as mine.
Just body.
Yeah, wave, like a lot, yeah. So
I just use the soap that Misty makes for ours, but the girls have to use the shampoo.
So mine, I can't use, like, I tried things like Castile with rosemary.
Good luck, Jessie.
I've tried different with apple cider vinegar type recipes, and everything that I would do just made my hair look nasty. So just oily, and
they say you got to get past that stage. Misty never could get past that stage.
Yeah, when I got to about a week and my hair just felt nasty still, I was like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I've got to wash my hair. So with something that's going to strip my hair and make it clean. So
Donna, when you bake and make jams, do you use equal amounts of honey or sugar? Yes. If we're making something with honey versus sugar, we do.
But now, when we make jams and jellies,
we use organic
with bacon, sugar. I would say yes. With jams, I would think yes. I can give you 100% on that.
We don't use
but jelly, jelly is a very tedious thing to make. If you don't get your percentages just right, it won't sit all the way down to juicing. If you put too much water when you're juicing, then it just messes everything up. So you might could Google that as far as if you're trying to make jelly. Jams, I would say yes, and bacon, yes.
We have and so what's so cool is we started some microgreens back on the back porch. I saw somebody talk about zucchini and made me think about it. Stacey said she had to replant zucchini. Ours struggled too.
Didn't do great.
However, we just planted another set of squash, our seed starts basically when we did our seed starts for fall tomatoes. And also we did some microgreens and all that. So that's on the back porch getting ready for kind of the fall season. Our fall peas are looking phenomenal. I'm going to do a little video on them because I've really been impressed with them. Actually, they're growing better to me now than they have in the spring.
Fall peas.
Fall peas,
Yeah. I haven't been able to go over there.
They've grown. I mean, they're growing exponentially, which we've had a lot of rain too. But like we said in a video not too long ago, we have so many peas and so much food put up, but it's like you never have enough. So for us, we just have decided to grow more. We were actually not going to plant as much as we did, but it was just like, hey, we had them, so we went on plant them, and man, they are really looking good. There's one little spot that I think a deer walked through or something walked through and kind of flattened one little. I mean, it's not 6 inches, but other than that, they're all looking really nice.
Yes, so thank all of y'all for jumping on. Glad that y'all are all able to make it on.
Yeah, definitely.
We love to feed off of y'all's ideas and your thoughts and stuff. It's fun.
Thank y'all for watching us. I see some people saying moms love us. I told them the other day our I think we do better with our genre being like 50s and older. I think that does better than our age.
We have way too many zucchini. My mom picked 12 pounds today.
You can only do so much with zucchini. Don't get me wrong, we've made zucchini bread. We've, of course, stir fry it. Last year or the year before,
I
we
like
had
squash better.
I do too.
Yellow squash. Yellow summer squash better than
straight neck squash.
Zucchini. But that's amazing. For anything that you ever have too many of is a good problem to have.
How are the citrus doing outside the greenhouse?
They look amazing.
They really do look good.
Actually, our lemon tree looks the best it has ever looked, ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, it looks great. I think it really needed that extra ventilation and the rain that
I think that's what it is.
It's
the natural rain because it has the humidity in the greenhouse is phenomenal. But it also heats that greenhouse up a lot because it's the sun and you're not getting that natural rain back. So like Missy said, I think that natural rain plus the natural humidity that we're having right now does great for the citrus and they look really nice.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a good many lemons. Now,
hey, Miss Sharon,
if I'm not mistaken,
thank you for coming on.
They're not like going to be like full size lemons. They're going to be like your smaller lemons, which I still use. Colby puts them in his drink. I would squeeze them and clean with them, and I would use handfuls at a time to make different baked goods and stuff like that.
Where do you get your pink eye purple hull peas? Stacy, we get ours from the local co-ops here most of the time. We raise some of them from last year's seed.
She probably knows where our co-ops are.
Cole Inn is where we get ours, Stacy. That's what it seems like. I can buy them in bulk a lot better than I can buy them online.
Sharon, thank you for jumping on.
I did buy some cream peas, some lady cream peas from Hoss this year, and also a different rendition of purple hull peas, but just doing Mississippi pink eye or Louisiana pink eye. Any bush variety, we usually buy at our local co-op because you can buy them. I think I bought 10 pounds for like $3.
Thank you, Yogi Hello Farm. Are we trying to miss comments?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up. I see all these people talking about what to do with
tons of shredded zucchini in the freezer for bread next winter. Well, I have a video coming out about our. Did you get all that stuff off? I think I had some of that on my phone.
Yeah, I got some of it off. It'll be coming out in videos.
Oh, yeah.
I spiralize. Miss Melinda says I spiralize zucchini to use as noodles. Yummy. We talked about doing spaghetti squash and winter squash and acorn squash really just because of the preservation and really for the pigs to give us another food source for them. And we say every year we're going to grow them, but we just never do just because we just don't eat them that much. And we always say we're going to do them, and we see all these people doing pumpkins like that. We grow pumpkins just for more fun, and then after the fun, we give them to the animals. So I think that's what we need to do with the acorn squash and winter squash.
Well, I'm thinking about it. If y'all plant broccoli this year, don't wait too late because Donna is not planting as many. I put my order in early. We actually do have broccoli seeds. We just
started some seed starts. And the reason we started this early, because we did not put them in the greenhouse, we put them under a covered porch. And some of them are starting to sprout a little bit. We're going to try to do an early and then a late because last year I think we were too late, Craig.
Yeah.
I might have to come learn from you because our broccoli, like last year, don't get me wrong, we had some gorgeous heads, but just wasn't a ton of them. That's just one thing we just need to go better.
I think variety for our area is
we tried the Destiny and then of course the Walthall like we tried before, but the Destiny we tried this year. I got some of that planted, and we planted some other kind from Hoss. It's not the purple broccoli, but it's kind of like that. I can't remember. It's a green variety, but it's one supposed to be good for the south. So we'll see what happens. Did y'all see that I sold my cows to Cybers? Yes, we did, little feet. That's pretty cool. Actually, I talked to Zach on the Hush Hush when actually that was going down to see him talk about the Hereford. I mean, the little Hereford and the dairy.
Yeah, so. They were asking, several questions about.
We were being quiet
this or that. And so, yeah, we kind of knew that was going on. So they're our off the YouTube channel stuff. They're, friends.
We shoot stuff back and forth all the time.
And, it's good that we have that experience that we can help them with that because, when we find ourselves going into situations where we're looking at, should we do this or should we do that? Just like Colby was telling Craig about the broccoli wall. That's what it's all about, community and helping each other and sharing what you know and, being that, because sometimes we can't do all of it and research all of it. And, sometimes it's easy to just say, hey, I know you've got this going on. What do you think about this? And we were glad that they were able to do that for us. And we have done that many of other times with other people too. So.
Yeah, we actually we have a pretty good relationship with Zach. I talk to Zach a good bit. Missy does Jennifer, but I talk to Zach a good bit, and we always hash out cows and talk about paddock rotations and things like that. Actually, our cows are looking great right now. I made the video about the. I know a lot of people talked about our grass. Our grass is looking phenomenal. We were really focused on those 5 fields, so please know when I say that grass didn't look good or it was disappointing, it was really more the fact of the 5 acres. The grass, like we just put the cows on what we call the front field or the back field from our house, is knee high. So we are very pleased with our grass. We actually still have Lily, if y'all remember our black heifer calf, or black heifer now. She's not even a calf anymore. She is. We just listed her for sale, so we'll see if she is going to sell or stay on farm for a little bit longer. She's looking really good. Have you seen her? She looks really nice.
She's growing. She's really going to be a big-bodied girl.
She is.
She's going to grow to be a very.
She's actually standing higher than our Herefords right now. So I love that y'all were very well versed in what you do. You speak with knowledge and educated experience. We probably speak from more experience of all the screw ups we've done in the past.
Learn from your mistakes.
So what we've learned is if animals can't make it here, they need to be culled or taken off farm, and we need to have a goal and a plan. So that's helped us. So thank you very much for that comment. That means a lot to us. Sibley Southern Roots, hey man, hey, how are y'all doing? Sorry. CNC, we've been getting a lot of rain lately. Hay is looking good for the second cutting. What's so crazy? We've had so much rain here, CNC, that we're struggling to get a first cutting. Our first cutting is going to be so thick and lush, though, we're going to probably double the amount that we typically would. We usually cut one field.
We have light.
One field typically would put about 25 bales, and then I'd get another 15 or so on the second cutting. We're probably going to get all 40 off the first cutting because it's so thick. So that's what we need.
And thank you, Miss Kathy, for sharing that link.
Definitely.
We actually have our order in, and we're going to have a video coming out of us opening those up, showing y'all what we have. I mean, we bought that all of this stuff for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we want to share with y'all so you can look at, I mean, you won't be able to put hands on, but it'll be the next best thing because we're going to be cracking those boxes open, which we still have not even done yet because
we're double the amount for July. I'm sorry, keep going.
Because we are just so busy. But to open those boxes and show y'all what everything that's in there, what the ingredients are, the different options you can choose from, and all of those things. So y'all be looking for that video. We are going to get that out, and we're going to also do a little sit down one-on-one and just kind of tell y'all why we picked the company, things we like about it, just different things, why we chose to do that type of food security, just some things like that. So I think that y'all enjoy that video.
And for us, we grow a ton of food. But to have that other element of dried, freeze-dried, or dried fruits.
Don't be letting all the cats out of the bag.
It's just good to have. And I tell you, we are happy with this company. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of content, guys. We're trying to work through it really. We do have the generator and all set up, hooked up, and ready. So we need to get that video out. I've got pretty much all the content we need. It's just putting it together. So we'll be talking about that too.
We get so far behind, like
We don't stop. And then we have a cool surprise that's going to happen too on farm. We have a new addition that's coming, so it's going to be really cool to show you that too. I'm telling you, we have tons of content.
We've already published that video.
No. I'm talking about the new.
Oh yeah. I forgot
the new other thing.
Yeah. So I thought you were talking about the outdoor kitchen. I was like, we already told them about that.
I got this. Y'all don't listen.
So anyway, yeah, we had, and like saying all that to say, like we record and sometimes we can't actually get it published for like a week and a half because we have so much content, and we try not to drown y'all with like 30 minutes or 45 minutes worth of content.
We try to do 10 and 12 minute videos
because we know, I mean, even for us, it's like trying to sit down. You want to keep up with, so many people,
hard,
but you can't watch 30 minutes of like 10 people, or we can't because we stay so busy. So it's like, even if if it's a longer video, it's like,
get it. Boom.
Even though we turn somebody on and it's a longer video, sometimes we might say, look, we can only watch so many minutes of this X amount of minute video. So we try not to do that and just bombard y'all with like 30 and 40 minute videos. Like, I just don't feel like we need to do that. So we try to keep ours to like 15 at a max.
And that's very few and far between. Most of them.
And then so out of a weekend, we get 15 minutes worth of footage, like
in no time.
Literally. Really we can get like 10 times that amount in one day because we just have so much going on, from the greenhouse to the new kitchen stuff to what goes on with the kids to all of the different elements of animals to all of the different stuff that goes on inside. So, we try not to give y'all too much at one time, and so that puts the videos that puts it where sometimes we can get like up in a week and a half of material. Like I've recorded stuff like a week and a half ago that y'all haven't even seen yet. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for us, we're the same way. We used to be diligent on trying to keep up with as many people as we can, and we do try to keep up with as many people as we can. But especially during this season where we're just so busy, it's hard, and it's hard to edit. Like I was just telling Misty, I said if we no matter what, I got to start doing some editing today or tomorrow.
A zucchini lasagna is best. Now that's something that we've never actually made, but that does sound good. I'm interested in trying that.
Brenda Chadwick, how do you store bulky dry goods? The best way, there's a few ways. So you can store them in mason jars and things like that. The best thing I would advise you to do is buy Mylar bags. You pick up Mylar bags that keeps all the sun off of them, keeps all the rays off of them, any ultraviolet lights. You can seal the bags basically with just a regular sealer, and you can put them in a food grade 5-gallon bucket. That's what we would do in our case. That's what we have done. That can be as good as salt, sugar, flour, or something's beans, rice, and oats. Any seeds such as bulk seeds like wheat, grass seed, anything like that. Mylar bags are great for. And you could pick those. You could pick Mylar bags up pretty cheaply. You can go on Amazon, which I would. If you can buy them locally, buy them locally. But pretty much you can pick up 10 to 15 Mylar bags for 10 to 15 bucks, which would be all you would need most likely. So we understand Ivy Acres. It's one of those things for us. We don't get behind as much on the time as much as we just need to get editing, and then we may have to skip through, or we'll just do I guess it's nothing for us to pick up, like Missy said, hours worth of content in one day. So for us, we have to really weed out and try to go through what we can. Plus, we have like 85 kids, so that helps us kind of weed out too, because we're like, okay, we can't use that clip because everybody was yelling. Misty's bad about it. She tries to yell over them. I always get on to them like, look, just weed them out, or either you got to just.
I'm used to talking over chatterboxes all day long because I'm with them all day long.
That's funny. We actually, Rehab Life, what's so funny for us, Misty would probably say late at night. I would say if I can watch any videos, it's got to be right after milking. I usually do. I usually watch one person every morning right with milking, and then right after that, we try to fit in as many as I can before work or before we go back on farm. So if I can't catch them that morning, it's hard for me to catch them.
That's so sweet. Thank you. We have made some videos with a bunch of bloopers in them before, and that's always funny to watch.
Our old intro, and then we did
Justin Rhodes,
the Justin Rhodes Abundant Permaculture, and the Walker Farm Fam. Both of those what do you call them? Collaboration. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. We have footage on.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Is that video still on his website?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's still on there. We got two kiddos on emergency custody that came from a bad situation. I spent a lot of time with them to readjust. Maybe we'll just back post.
That is an awesome thing.
Hey, absolutely.
It's awesome.
That's way more important.
Southern. Yes, absolutely. Way more important. You know, I think sometimes when those kids coming from those type situations, they really do need that extra attention. They really do, because if they're coming from a bad situation, it's chances are they were probably not getting attention from where they come from.
Rehab Life, I just checked our rainfall average 2.24 for July and had 7.03. We actually had 12 inches for July by the 15th of the month. That's usually our weakest month for rain, and we tripled it. But I can't remember what the last total was for July, but it was way up there.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, for grass, for us dealing with cattle and sheep, it was phenomenal. But when we talk about just being over just so much rain, it just makes it so hard to move animals and just kind of do the rigmarole of the farm, for sure.
It finally, though, has pretty well
subsided. We did have a little sprinkle.
But I will say, for the most part, the ground is, I guess because it's getting so hot outside.
Yeah.
Like so hot to where the ground can really handle a rain shower that comes through. It pretty much is like when I walked outside today, it wasn't like like it has been in the past. So the ground is being able to tolerate rain showers without, I feel like it's just totally stays flooded all the time here.
The hurricane season so far is looking pretty weak right now for us. Now, every year they always say it's going to be terrible, and the people on the Weather Channel, they roll up their sleeves and take their tie off and tell us it's going to be terrible. But as of right now, we haven't had any that's caused anything other than rain. I see drops talking about the grand solar minimum. I really do think that has a crazy situation. You can call it La Nina, or you can call it grand solar minimum or solar minimum. I'm the same way. I do believe that's affecting our weather patterns tremendously, because we're getting a way heavier rainy season in summer than we've ever had, and we had a lot heavier storm season than we traditionally would have in February and March. So I think weather plays a major facet. I will say this, though, because of that, it's made gardens, and I hear all these people have problems with gardens this time. You got to just pick up and do it again. And the reason I say that is because if you're not growing and you're not growing your own food, you better be growing your own food with this crazy world we live in. So I think the weather patterns changed that. I mean, it changed it for corn this year, so we went and picked it from another farm. But then there's other times that we grew tons of peas and we're growing more peas because there's something else didn't work out good. So I challenge you to keep on planting through this, because the weather is crazy. Heaven Gates, what's up? How are y'all? It's also been cooler this summer. Very weird weather this year. Rip, I agree. Today was when I was moving cows a while ago. It was a cool breeze. I mean, it was so nice and pleasant.
But during the day, it can get pretty hot. What I thought was so interesting was this spring rolling into summer for us. So typically in May here, it is like what it feels like now. Like it is to the point where you can go and jump in the pool. If you walk out, you're going to start sweating. Like it is really warm. This past May, there were mornings like you would still have to have long sleeves on. That is very unusual for the South. Because usually in the South in May, I mean, there's been months before we've swam in March. Yeah. You could not have swam in March or April this year because of that. It just was not warm enough, which is very unusual for our area.
And it's like, I mean, it feels really nice outside. I mean, it reminds you almost like a fall night here, like October night, and it was really nice. It really was. I mean, for South Mississippi, it's hot. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's humid and hot. But to have those little coolness in the mornings, a little coolness in the afternoons or evenings, I mean, 75 is gorgeous here for those kind of days because usually we're used to 95. So I'll take it any day it comes.
Yeah. Yeah, rehab life. I couldn't complain really about it. It was very unusual, but I wouldn't say that would complain about it. I actually thought May was beautiful.
Yeah,
I actually really enjoyed it not being so miserably hot because following that is June, July, and August, which gets even hotter. So I'm like you. I would not have complained about it at all.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is going to be a cold winter for the South, just because of our weather patterns. We actually I've got to cut up firewood too. I keep saying, yeah, it's snaky right now. I'll wait. So I always put it off, but I need to go and cut it too. So, what's good though is this rain has made our grass, like I said, go up. And if you remember the last video talking about the brown millet and then the clay peas, both of those are looking phenomenal in the fields. They've just made the fields really pop. The cows are gonna probably do flips when they actually get in there. It looks beautiful.
I'm excited to see them go in there because you can really see, especially those peas, you can really see them coming up, and they're gonna really enjoy those.
I mean, cows. I mean, this time of year, grass just gets real mature and hard and hardy. And so this year, some of the pastures are looking like they typically do, but some of them are looking still lush. So they're on the lush parts right now. But to have that other forage coming in just for a little bit, just that brown top millet and that the clay peas, it kind of gives them a good forage palette before we actually go into the ryegrass season and hay season. So I think they're gonna really enjoy that. Yeah, the rain has been giving us a break from the smoke, but today was cloudless and the smoke came right back in. That's pretty unique up there. I know you. I think you're in. Are you in Wyoming or where, CNC? I can't remember where you said you were at. Got to run. Bedtime. Hey, Simply Southern. Thank y'all for coming on. God bless.
It's almost our bedtime too.
Yes.
Don't feel bad about that.
We hadn't had any smoky days down here, but we have had the humid wetness, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, I've heard y'all have been dry all up in the west and the northwest, so y'all be safe there for sure. But I can't complain. The mountain millet and the peas look really good out in the field, so they're gonna have fun with it. My son is about to get the second cut of hay here in Ontario, Canada. That's pretty cool, Miss Tammy. The field next to us in that church area is where we pull our hay from. Not the fertilizer spot, but they have another spot that's just raw ground, and that's where we get our hay from. And I ride by there every once in a while just to kind of look at it because that tells you what your hay is going to be like, and it's looking really nice, really really good. I talked to our hay guy yesterday. He's going to try to cut next week, so I'm going to try to get it. I need to get it rolled, baled, dried, and in the barn before it starts storming again. So we have a clear week. I hope he jumps on it. Yeah, so we hadn't had a lot of tornadoes this summer though. Usually we have a pretty good bit of tornadoes.
There's usually, we had a terrible terrible. I cannot emphasize that enough. Spring, but then this summer, I don't think we've been under a thunderstorm warning.
A major one, like we used to.
Like at all this summer.
I think we've had a few little thunderstorms, but not any tornado warnings.
But like not them saying like you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Like we usually get that in the summer. Like
we usually don't get rain. We get thunderstorms, and it's usually bringing hail and tornadoes and strong wind. But like Missy said, we've actually had some good weather this year. Did you get big round bales or smaller bales? So we do a 5x5. The 6x6 or the 6x5 is a little big for us, and the 4x5 is not typical around here. So we do get the 5x5. It's big enough for my tractor to hold it without turning me over. If I could get a square bale cutter and it not break the bank, I would do that because it's much easier for us to maneuver with, especially how we move animals. Because anytime we do protein tubs or hay in the wintertime, because we're still rotating, that means I'm always having to get a tractor out, always having to get the hay back up, and also the protein bucket. So sometimes it'd be nice to have square bales and things like that.
So reading where tornadoes are very rare in some of you guys' area. Oh, Ridge Light, thank you so
thanks,
much.
Man, so very much. Means the world to us.
So tornadoes are very common here.
I hope Starla's doing good, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you again.
She's on my prayer list as as a continuous thing. So.
Hey Kelly, how are you? I'm sorry, I didn't go.
No. I was just saying tornadoes are like very common here. It's very common to have several tornadoes come rip through different areas, like at least every summer. We know different communities that have been affected by tornadoes, like tearing up the whole community.
Tim, he says she's doing good. So very good, very good. Yeah, it's crazy because it's been a good rainy season, but not a thunderstorm season, so I can't
Which
complain.
that is definitely a blessing
It
because
is.
dealing with tornadoes is very,
and
very
then when you
scary.
throw in 100 animals, that doesn't make it any easier. So not only our family, which is the most important, and our kids and our home, but then we're constantly. And you also in the spring, we're out at 12 o'clock at night trying to check on animals.
Yeah.
So to not have that stress right now, man, that's good.
That's nice. Yeah.
Hey, don't get me wrong. We still got another 2 months worth of hurricane season.
We've got to get our barn done too. It's like,
gosh,
that's a demand too on the farm that's got to be done.
Never stops. We jump from one project to the next. So. Hey, Miss Lana. God bless you too as well. I always think about, so many people, y'all are all from Michigan and Canada and Wyoming and New Mexico. It's so unique to me to see
Costa Rica.
Yeah, it's just so cool to see all over.
It really is.
Love the kids at the range with the pew-pews. Rich Life, we love shooting. That is probably one of our main passions. The only thing is, it costs a lot to shoot now. so we don't shoot nearly as much as we used to. Misty, I laugh at her because every time she goes out to shoot, she will say, well, we're just going to shoot just a little bit. And then she wants to unload 50 rounds in 5 minutes. So I have to watch her. But I just bought a brand new 100-round clip for a certain kind of gun. And so we always enjoy time.
Yeah.
Shooting.
So that mostly was
teaching. That was a very good educational thing.
Yeah,
to teach our children.
We have some boys in our community that do 4-H. And we
Happy
had
anniversary, Rehab Life.
Some guys that come to basically give them pointers on different things to just make them a better shooter. And that's kind of what that was all about. But we did have a lot of fun.
Happy birthday, Rehab Life. I read that wrong. I thought you said anniversary. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't see the
He said anniversary around the revolution of the sun, basically. So I was thinking he was talking about happy anniversary for him and his wife. So happy birthday.
I guess I might have gotten that out too if you didn't actually read it.
Brenda says, thanks. Y'all's here too.
No. Sorry, y'all.
You've been a little bit worse than me.
We're gonna blame it on Livy. She keeps the stuff all out.
What's up, Sean Alaska? How are you, man? Do you ever dream about the day of all the projects are done and you have? I'm sorry. Do you ever dream about the day of the projects and done? And oh my gosh, there's times we'll come in and I'll say, especially like a Sunday, Misty, let's just do chores and no projects today.
Never happens.
That may happen one time out of the year because most time we'll go out and we'll say, okay, let's get the chores done. And Misty will say one thing. She'll say, hey, I need to do one more little thing, and then that makes me say, well, hey, I'm gonna go do one thing too. And so 4 hours later,
it just snowballs, and then we just stay out there and work, and then we look up and we're like, it's like 6 o'clock. Why did we stay out all day? And
we're bad. We're workaholics. It really is. I would say we're workaholics.
Yeah, I think that since we've had Livy, she's completely. 8 months, and we've had some pretty rough nights with her. And I would say, I think I've taken one nap. Like Sunday afternoon, we said we're not going to do anything, and I actually went and laid down and took a few-hour nap. I think that's it. Is she teething? I thought she was teething like months ago. Really, I thought, what is she doing? And she still ain't got no teeth, y'all. That kid still ain't got no teeth.
No.
She is almost, what is today, the 4th? She is almost 8 months and she has no teeth. But today she was taking her hand and she was just rubbing them back and forth on her gums. And I kept thinking, you have got to be getting teeth. But I felt her gums and I still cannot feel any teeth. So Eliza was 9 months before her teeth broke the gums. Aiden was 4. All the rest of them were 6 months, except for Eliza. She was 9. And I think Livy's just going to follow in her footsteps. She's going to be a late.
Thank you,
She's
Miss
going to be a
Tammy.
late teether.
Yeah, we have plans, and the projects. I think instead of just trying to conquer every project, we always just roll with them.
Thank you, Miss Tammy.
I mean, so we have. I literally have 2 or 3 projects going on right now that are pretty big projects, and so we'll try to tackle one, get this done, tackle this one, and kind of work them all at the same time, so we don't get burned out on one thing. But we still have. I mean, like I just opened up 5 more thousand square foot of a garden that we hadn't even started planting yet, which that'd be our broccoli and turnip. So we got some time, but it's just prepping for that. And like I said, those 2 other projects, the kitchen reno outside or the kitchen build, and then one more little project.
All right. So Miss Brenda says they say the longer that it takes their teeth to come in, the better versus the later. Well,
I don't know if it can get much worse, Miss Brenda.
No, I think she means like because the earlier their teeth come up, the more they're exposed to like the elements, sugar and stuff. Where if their teeth takes a little bit longer to come in, then if they're just not up as long to be able to get exposed to so much stuff. But actually, the one that had her teeth come in at 9 months is the only one that has had a cavity out of all the kids. But not only
has personality there.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That was my next point. But not only has she had one, she's had 2 cavities. And one this week when we took her in, they were like, "Well, we can't really fix it because it's so bad. We just have to pull her tooth." And I was like, "It's like way back here. Y'all really going to have to pull that tooth?" They were like, "Yeah." So they called me and was telling me this because I was just sitting right outside. And Colby's sister actually works there, so she was back there with her. And so she's calling me, telling me all of this stuff, like getting my approval. She's like, "Look, I just wanted to let you know, are you okay with that? Blah, blah, blah." So then I said, "Please scare her to death." That's what I told April on the phone. I was like, "You have to she won't listen to me. She's my one that Aiden's like this too. They think they know it all. They got it all together. They know better than mom and daddy." And the other ones, they'll pretty much listen. When I tell Sayla, "Hey, go brush your teeth," she goes and brushes her teeth. I tell Ellie, "Hey, go brush your teeth. It's important, right?" An hour later, I'm like, "Eliza, did you go brush your teeth?" "Oh,
it did, Amy.
I forgot." "Really? Go brush them." So, needless to say, I was like, "Y'all tell her if she don't brush her teeth, you're gonna have to pull all her teeth out. They're gonna turn black and rotten, and she's not gonna have any teeth if she don't brush them." I was like, "Y'all, please tell her she will not listen to me." So, when I walked back in to get her to check her out, I said, "Did y'all tell her?" She was like, she'll start brushing them. I was like, "I hope so."
Yeah, no more jelly bean games. There's times that we can get a whiff of, I feel like I get a whiff of that game. It makes me want to throw up right when I smell it.
I know, but he was trying to get me to eat that stuff.
She's no fun. She's a party pooper. She should have ate with us.
I ain't eating that, John.
She's going to do the game next time. We're going to film her doing Bean Boozled. I'm going to buy her some jelly beans and just change out the bag with the Bean Boozled ones versus the regular ones.
You would be tricking your kids. I'm not a huge jelly bean eater. I'd rather have a candy bar.
It's funny.
If I'm going to splurge, I would rather have chocolate.
Oh, goodness.
So I hope we didn't miss any comments. It is time for us to go, though.
Dang, we have been on an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all so much for coming on. It's always fun. We were a little tired tonight. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little tired.
Well, do you want to go ahead and address the next week?
We may not be on next week, and we're going to see how it goes. So we're going to keep our max at 8, especially on Wednesday nights. But school did start for us last week, so we will. Every week is kind of like we may not make it this week, so it will be a touch and go thing. We'll definitely hit 2 to 3 times a month, but it may not be every Wednesday.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do maybe with school starting is an every other week live with you guys, just so we will have that. Like, for example, we didn't have church tonight, but next week we'll have church.
Right.
So that puts us in like a huge go, run, throw, like just between like school and all of our chores and stuff, and trying to get to church on time and get home, get kids fed, get kids bathed, get everything set up. Like it's so it can be so stressful when everybody doesn't cooperate. Mm-hmm. So I think that we want to use every other Wednesday that we're not in church to pop on and talk to you guys. And that may change. We may go back to every other week if we don't like it. But I think for right now, especially with school kicking off, and maybe once fall comes, we always say things are going to settle down, but
they never do.
I feel like they really don't settle down. But they may, and we definitely may be able to pick up that Wednesday night again. But I think for right now, we're going to do every other Wednesday night with y'all.
And next week,
and that'll still keep us super connected with y'all.
And when we do that, and I know we got to go, but when we do that, we also are going to push out another video.
We'll have an extra video for y'all. So that will help us catch up on our content too. Yeah. But without y'all, y'all, there won't be anything to miss. So
thank y'all so very much. God bless you.
Absolutely. Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.